Hey there, Aiden is here and I'm going to share with you my first month experience in Finland as an exchange student. I can't believe it's actually been 1 month since I got here. On one hand, it feels like just yesterday I was packing my bags and going to the airport, and on the other hand, I've seen so much here, been to so many places, that it feels like I've been here for ages. Anyway, my name is Irina, I'm from Ukraine, but I've lived in Portugal for most of my life, where I studied communication sciences in Universidade Nova de Lisboa. Fortunately, I've made the decision to go on Erasmus, and I was torn between going to England and Finland. But I was placed in Finland, University of Helsinki, and now I couldn't possibly be happier about it. So what are my first impressions of this country? Honestly, when I first got off the plane, I was all alone by myself and everything was so great, and I just thought to myself, what am I doing here again? Why didn't I choose Italy or something? But then the sun came out and I was just astonished by this place. Everything was so green and I missed that green because in Portugal you don't get much of it unless you live at the north. And I haven't been to Ukraine for around 4 years now, so it was something. I came here with these sort of preconceived but not really ideas of Finland. I mean, I was pretty open-minded, but there were these little thoughts that people induced in me before coming, and some of them turned out to be right and others turned out to be completely wrong. Everyone told me that people here are more closed up, introverted and cold, and that may be true for strangers, if that makes sense, but as soon as you get to know them, people are so nice and pretty fun as well, or at least I've been lucky enough to interact with the right people so far. I was fortunate to meet a bunch of other international students thanks to this tutoring program here, and we bonded so fast and turned into this lovely international family.
Hi. So far it's been really nice.
Just to look at you.
With the best people ever.
In our Media and Communication Studies tutoring group, we have people from a lot of places. We have people from Russia, we have people from Singapore, South Korea, United States, Australia, we have people from Germany, Italy, Spain, Denmark, Belgium, China, and our tutors are from Finland. I was also pleased that it wasn't as cold as everyone argued it would be. In fact, we were welcomed by a surprisingly nice weather in our first weeks here. I don't think it was ever as cloudy as when I got off the plane. As far as university itself is concerned, they have bidets in their bathrooms. Need I say more? Sometimes we don't even have toilet paper in Lisbon. The facilities are amazing, really. The university's library is gorgeous. It's one of those places where I could spend hours, so it sort of gives you that extra motivation to study. The semesters here are divided in 2 periods, which I think makes it easier on the students. So instead of taking 6 courses for the whole semester like you mostly do in Portugal, you can just take 3 courses on the first 2 months and another 3 courses in the next 2 months. I'm actually taking 4 courses this first period because I really wanted to take Finnish language for exchange students. But other than that, I'm taking international journalism, media landscapes in transition, and creative writing. So far we had some awesome lectures with journalists from the Associated Press and Reuters as well. I like how sarcastic some teachers are. I had no idea that Finland had such a big affinity for coffee, but it turns out that Finland is actually the #1 country when it comes to coffee consuming. But coffee here is awful. Sorry, you have to try Portuguese coffee. Are things more expensive here? Yes. Although coming from Portugal, most European countries would seem expensive, from what I've heard from my other exchange student friends, this really isn't cheaper. But there's this university cafeteria called the Unicafe that you can find in different locations in Helsinki where you can have a great meal for €2.60. So we're just trying to eat there as often as we can. Another great thing about Finland, although a little bit more superficial, jeans. I finally found jeans long enough for my legs. Don't get me wrong, it's not like I didn't wear jeans in Portugal. I did, but I shopped in this store called Tifazi and it seemed to be the only kind of affordable store where I could find jeans for my height, but they suddenly stopped making long jeans and I never understood why. But luckily, Finland is more generous towards tall people as far as fashion is concerned. So far we've been to Nuuksio National Park, which is breathtaking. We've been to Suomenlinna Island a couple of times. We've been to Sodasaari, which we call the Squirrel Island. We've been to Tampere, Porvoo, we've been to Tallinn, Yes, we've been to Estonia for 16 euros in this giant ferry boat with live music, so that was awesome. We've been to some churches and cathedrals, we've been to some cozy cafes and bars, and we've been to a couple of sit-sits. Oh, sit-sits, I'll have to make a separate video on those. So yeah, overall, it has been an awesome experience, and I feel like this place is such a beautiful place to live and just be happy. I'm very happy here. This was my first month in Helsinki, 3 more to go. We plan on visiting a lot more places inside Finland, Lapland included, and outside Finland as well. We want to go to St. Petersburg, we want to go to Stockholm, and maybe Riga. And I'm planning on doing some vlogs on those, so if you're interested, stay tuned for that. So yeah, see you in my next video.